Hello everyone, ahlan wa sahlan bikum. It's the Malmadius coming at you, at your service once again. Now I know this is a completely different format of video than what you might be used to on this channel. It's not the very highly edited, thoughtful, comedic skits that you might have seen in the past. There's a reason for that. As many of you may know, we're going through a global panic right now, and it's a very big thing. So I can't even sit down and write a typical script like I'm used to. Now instead this is a little off-the-cuff thing to let you guys all know what's been going on with me and how I've been dealing with things. Now out there, for many reasons, it is being a very large death trap at the moment, and you won't see me caught dead outside in that pre-apocalyptic wasteland that we call 2020 into 2021. No, instead I've been preoccupying my time with a much more lighthearted things around the house. One of which being the video games. I dropped it. One of the more loved ones that I've been playing right now, I dropped it, Super Mario Odyssey for the Nintendo Switch. This game is a lot of fun. The last Mario game that I had a lot of fun with was Super Mario Galaxy 2. The game was phenomenal on the Wii, and I love it to death. I never played Galaxy 1 or Super Mario 3D World or anything like that, so I was very happy when Nintendo announced this game. It was more than 3 years ago at this point. Absolutely mental. But anyway, it's a lot of fun, and anyone who has played it knows that. One of the things that I very much commend Nintendo for returning to is a sense of epic story. Now, this story has a bunch of twists and turns along the way, and it is very fun to go through. And for the sake of this video, consider this your spoiler warning. I'm going to be talking about many different points throughout the plot to explain this video. But the biggest thing that I noticed is that you play it once and you think it's a happy-go-lucky, very nice little Mario game, you know? But then the second time through, you start to notice the sinister pieces in the plot. And it gets to be very, very intense once you uncover the truth and you start to see all of these different layers start to unfold. Now the biggest point in my video about this theory is this main character right here, the secondary protagonist. His name is Cappy. He is a hat ghost or something, I don't know. He's like this guy that just kind of appears in the story for the first time. And you see him, and you don't really think anything of him. He's kind of this like goofy little ghost thing. But he has this very peculiar ability where he's able to capture or possess other creatures for you to play as in the game. Now my big theory is that Mario is one of these people who are possessed by this hat ghost, and he's really dead all along, and the hat is merely using him as a vessel. Now to show you guys this, I'm going to be booting up a brand new save file using my nice Animal Crossing, keeping on theme with the this whole year, I guess. And here, I'll show you guys what exactly is going on. So let's start a new save file here. Okay, so it takes place high above Peach's castle in the sky. And what you're going to see immediately is Bowser fighting Mario, shenanigans as usual. They're both fighting for Princess Peach. Bowser's here looking really fresh. I wish I could dress half as nice as him. But as you can see, Bowser flew into his airship. It's really reminiscent of Super Mario Galaxy, the first one, where he invades the castle. And what you notice is a theme of hats as soon as this intro starts. Hats are very important. You see, Bowser knocks off Mario's hat, and then Mario gets flung into the air with Bowser's hat. High off into the sky, there's no possible way he can survive that. And you can see even Princess Peach is in complete distress for her fallen hero. And this metaphor is alluded to even further with Bowser stomping on Mario's little hat there, alluding to Mario's ultimate demise and what happened. As Bowser starts to fly away, you can see Mario's hat gets left behind and gets completely incinerated by his ship, ultimately completing the metaphor of Mario's fate that he meets that fateful day. Now what you see is Cappy retrieves bits of the hat and falls down to try to save Mario. Now what's very interesting is the state that we see Mario in after that moment. As you can see, Mario's just kind of laying there in this very tonally gray, dark area. It's a very odd opening area to be in, and as you can see, Mario is a complete corpse. He is not able to move, he is completely frozen. If he was able to move at this very first part, that's it. Completely debunked. He's not even breathing right now. Cappy finally revives Mario, gets startled a bit himself and flees, and they both come to this agreement as to what they need to do in order to move forward. Now what happens here is Cappy ends up possessing Mario. That's the basis of my theory. Mario is in a state of death right now. This is the more so of a spiritual realm that he's inhabiting right now. He is completely dead, and Cappy is luring him and basically reviving him and using him as his own vessel in order to save his sister Tiara that you might have seen in the beginning opening cutscene. Now the real reason as to why Cappy is doing this is because Mario has beaten Bowser time and time again, and he explains to Mario in this purgatory-esque sequence that he wants to use Mario's help in order to save his sister Tiara from Bowser's grasp. And Mario has beaten Bowser time and time again in the past, so what makes Cappy think that it won't be any different to use Mario as a vessel and use his abilities that have thwarted Bowser before in order to save him. Now, if we keep moving forward in this level, you're going to see a little bit more of what I'm talking about. The first person that you capture is a frog. Now, frogs have been often used as symbols of change because of their ability to go through a state of metamorphosis throughout their lives. They start and end their lives in completely different stages. Now, I think it's very, very important that Mario's a frog. Think about it. He's in the land of the dead. Death. He's trying to leap forward. Frog. Leaping forward to life. Through the hat. The hat is what's making all of this possible for him to leap upwards and continue to ascend back to the plane of the living. It all starts to make sense once you start to see this. And at the very top of the hill, what does he face? He faces his inner demon that prevents him from leaving this state of the dead and continue forward to the land of the living. Now, as we move forward through the game, the next place that he meets is the Cascade Kingdom. The Cascade Kingdom, it's not like the land of the Cap Kingdom, where it's completely black and death. It's green, it's full of life, but almost. It's full of prehistoric life, life that has long since been gone and dead. All of the people that inhabit this land are those that have been dead. Dinosaurs, you see skeletons all over the place. Even the waterfall is made out of the skeleton of a Triceratops. Now, it is truly a wonderful thing, and you might think of this as Mario spiritually trying to escape his death and go through the regrets that he's had in life in order to find some sense of fulfillment. Spiritually, that's the journey. And Cappy is just using him to fulfill the dream of saving his long-gone sister. What I think is very interesting is at a certain point in the game, you are trying to go to the Metro Kingdom. Now, the Metro Kingdom, New Donk City, it's a place where Mario was once before, in the very first appearance that he ever had to save Princess Pauline. Now, what is significant about that is you can think of this as Mario reliving points in his life, the very early moments to try to get there. As he's trying to go to Metro Kingdom, this place that has a very deep personal connection with him, who does he face yet again? It's Bowser. Bowser stops him, he snaps him back into that reality. That he is indeed dead, was defeated by Bowser, was killed, and he can never really escape that. What happens afterwards is he falls into this forgotten kingdom. Now this, I see it as Mario trying to escape. He's trying to move forward in his life. He's in denial of his death and is trying to move forward. And this is all the more evident by the fact that Cappy, the ghost that is possessing him this whole time, gets separated by him by this character, this bird, Klepto, this vulture. Cappy, this person fueling Mario's descent through the spiritual realm to the land of the living, is captured by Klepto. That's Mario trying to break free from the bonds that he has with this spirit, with this ghost that is using his body as a vassal. What's crazy is that Mario, this whole time, has the ability to leave, to collect fuel for his broken down ship. And he is unable to leave the Forgotten Island, even if he collects all the fuel that he needs, without bringing the hat with him. This binds him to this spirit, suggesting that he is unable to break free and truly live again, that he is indeed bound to this creature, to this spirit that's using him as a body for its own means. Now, once you move forward, you get to Metro Kingdom, one of the best kingdoms in the game. I personally love it a lot. And what's crazy about this is there's this big festival at the end, and they sing this song. You might know what it is if you're anyway familiar with the game. It's called Jump Up Superstar.
Here we go, off the rails, but you know it's time to raise our sails. It's freedom like you never knew.
And this was used in a lot of the promotion for the game. It was used, all sorts of different reasons. And what's crazy about it is the first song that I know of anyway, in a mainline Mario game that has fully orchestrated and vocalized music. This song actually has the lyrics, which is pretty crazy. I'm going to use this a little bit more moving forward. One of the big things that I think is represented very plainly, it's inside the box, by the way, that's what I'm referring to, the lyrics are there. The fact that this song almost perfectly parallels the 5 stages of grief that people go through when they experience a sense of loss of life, whatever, what have it. Denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and then finally acceptance. Now I'm going to read a little excerpt from this song. So it starts off all nice. Here we go, off the rails, don't you know it's time to raise our sails. It's freedom like you never knew. Skip a little bit to the fourth stanza. It's time to jump up in the air. Jump up, don't be scared. Jump up and your care will soar away. And if dark clouds start to swirl, don't fear, don't shed a tear, 'cause I'll be your one-up girl. Now, if you noticed, if we really break down these lyrics, it parallels these 5 stages of grief perfectly. It starts off in a state of fun, expressing the excitement of this journey. Here we go, we're off the rails, raising our sails, jump up super high, jump up superstar, Mario Brothers, yaha! This is expressions of amusement that Mario has had in every adventure that he's had. It's something that's reminding him of the life that he once lived. He's in denial of his death at this moment.